Welcome, everyone, to It's Time to Excel, where we inspire and we ignite the possibilities. And I am just absolutely grateful to have my friend Laurie Johnson with us here today. And this is going to be a fun topic because her and I love to talk about this. This is our topic, and we have a lot of fun with it. And we just enjoy this. And I got a chance to meet Laurie. I guess it's been a couple of years now. Where's time gone?
Oh my goodness, yes, COVID.
There you go. Exactly. It's still, yeah, as crazy as it is. But it's just awesome because we just connected around money because that's my topic of subject. So is it for you? And it has been such an amazing journey together. And I'm glad because we've been partnering together as well on some different things because we both have different strengths and certain things that neither one of us are going to touch and the other one will.
That's right.
Which makes the perfect partnership. So, but we're really going to focus today, and I want to thank everyone that's joining us here live, and I know a lot of you come back on the replay, so we just appreciate any comments that you have for us. Always drop that in here, because as I said, this is just one of the fun ones to talk about as we kind of go back and forth and figure out how we can, those pesky little profits can get us in trouble. And the last thing we want to do is we don't want to leave our business profits to luck. And how often does that happen? So, Laurie Johnson here, she has got so many accolades. She is a money coach, an author, a speaker. We have just been on this journey together. It has been wild. But it's really cool because she teaches entrepreneurs to not just know profits, but to understand them. And that's where I think we've connected around because we don't want just the basics. We don't want just a report. We don't just want numbers. We need to understand those numbers because business finances, and we want to create an acceleration strategy that will grow profits in less time and less effort. Now, how much better can it get? You really specialize in the psychology of money and money mastery skills, and that has allowed your clients to become more confident, resilient, and financially independent. And you've got well over 25 years of personal and small business financial counseling, financial therapy, tax strategy, and preparation. What more can we ask? I think there's a couple more, insurance and real estate. I think the whole gambit is there, which is why this has been such an amazing partnership because I want nothing to do with taxes and you could care less about the actual inner workings of the system. So we're good. But it's really great when you can partner with someone that feels the same way and can actually work together. For the because we want people to grow. We want people to be able to scale. And you cannot do that if you don't have profit. And if you're leaving your business profits to luck, I think we're in trouble. So what are you seeing, Laura? So let's just jump on right in here. Is there anything else you want to add there? Or we just want to jump right into the questions.
Oh, no. Yeah, go for it. Let's go.
Absolutely. Full speed ahead, which is usually how we run. So what are you seeing? You've been working so many years with these clients. What is the biggest reason that entrepreneurs struggle to increase their business profits? What are you seeing?
They totally ignore their numbers.
What numbers?
We see this all of the time. I'm like accounting, like go talk to Jan. But you really have to know what your business numbers say. I think that that's crucial. Most business owners, the only number that they pay any attention to is how much money they come in. And surprisingly, some business owners don't even know how much money they have coming in. So they focus so much on trying all of these. And that's where the leaving your profits to luck comes into play because they're always looking at strategies, looking at like that one little thing, that little luck, that piece of luck that's going to make their business skyrocket to more profits. And those types of strategies, the lucky strategies, luck isn't a strategy.
Exactly.
Right?
Absolutely well said. Luck is not a strategy at all. Yeah, what you're gifted at is helping them find ones that are effective.
Correct. Yes. Effective financial strategies. Strategies where you're actually looking at your numbers and allowing your numbers to lead the way to more profits.
Perfect. And I could not have said that any better. Absolutely. Because we do see this. When we start talking numbers, they get the deer in the headlight look. Yeah. like, no, wait, you've got to know these. These are important.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have found folks that we'll get them in a system and we'll get it going, and that's absolutely great. But then all of a sudden, they never look at them.
Mm-hmm.
How's that strategy work out? Not so much. And that's what's been really cool. And I absolutely agree with you on that one. So if they're not focusing on the luck, which obviously I think we've proven is not a good strategy, what should business owners be focusing on?
So they should be focusing on some very specific numbers. They should be focusing on what's coming in and what's coming out and their performance.
Aha. So what is coming in? And I'm trying to catch up, and it looks like it's kicking there. Focus on the numbers. I got that typed in. Hey, I'm trying to keep up with you.
Oh.
I'm keeping up with you. The computer's not, but it's okay. So you're absolutely right. Focus on those specific numbers. What's in, coming in, and out.
Mm-hmm.
And what's that other one that people got to focus on?
And their performance.
Absolutely.
Right.
And I think that's the one they miss.
Yes, right. I think that they look at like everything else, right?
Exactly.
So, this LinkedIn profile, it's going to be the one thing that's going like you could have all the LinkedIn profiles in the world. If your performance strategy is lacking, no, it's not going to do you a bit of good. Right. All the networking in the world is like not going to do you a bit of good if you're not looking at how you're performing in your networking endeavors. Right.
That's true.
So, you have to have some strategic income acceleration strategies. That's what you need.
Absolutely.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And that is so important.
Mm-hmm.
And you're absolutely. So we know we got to do this. But that seems overwhelming to so many people. And I know that you always talk about how can we get that acceleration strategy going that's going to grow profits, but in less time and less effort. So what's one small step that the business owners can start with?
Oh, I love this one because people don't think about this, but clarity is key, right? And if you are commingling your personal and your business funds, you have no clarity. So you don't know what's going on in your business. You don't know what's truly coming in if you're constantly putting money in your business in ways that aren't. So the commingling of funds just kind of destroys your accounting system, right? If you're putting money into your business any way other than how you should be investing in your business, if you're paying for business expenses with personal credit cards, if you're paying for business credit cards out of your personal bank account, it's really hard for you to track your true numbers. And so all of this commingling, not only is it a headache for you, not only does it threaten your profits, but it's also dangerous at tax time. So the IRS heavily frowns upon commingling funds, and you could find yourself in big trouble come audit time. So that really is one super simple first step that small business owners can take to start being clear about what's going on in their business so that they can start increasing their business profits.
That's absolutely huge. It's absolutely huge. And I think I hear a lot of times when I've been talking to clients, well, I got an LLC, so I'm protected. Oh. Can you talk a little bit about that one? Because that is definitely more your warehouse. I know enough to be dangerous on that answer. And pretty much I'm like, no.
No.
But I'm going to let you explain that because I'm sure you have a much better way or maybe a kinder way.
So I'm going to explain the LLC kind of from legal, not from a legal standpoint, but from a tax standpoint.
That would be great because I think that would be really beneficial for this audience.
Yeah. So I've been doing taxes, small business and personal taxes for 26 years. And when people have the LLC, it is supposed to be a shield that protects their personal assets from legal liability, right?
Okay. That's what they claim.
But that shield can be pierced.
Uh-huh.
Now, and you typically, the owner is the person who is piercing that
So they're throwing
shield.
their own, pretty
Yes,
much knifing their own shield.
exactly. And one of the ways that they do that is by commingling funds.
Hmm.
And so when you pay for your business credit card with your personal bank account, literally, you just punched a hole through your shield from your personal assets to your business assets. Just that simple,
And
right?
that's scary because that can happen really quickly.
So quickly, so easily. And so so what happens is, if there is a lawsuit in your business
Hmm.
and someone sues you, they win a lawsuit against you, and they go to your business, if you don't have those assets in your business, they look and see if you have protected that shield, that LLC
Aha.
shield that's in front of your personal assets. And if you have done things that pierce that shield,
Hmm.
then you leave your personal assets open to that liability. And so you want to make sure that you are taking care of the accounting things in the right way
Hmm.
and the tax things in the right way, so that you don't pierce your own little LLC shield.
And that makes so much sense. I see that
Mhm.
so often. I'm like, well, I'm separate. I've got that far. Okay, well, then stop using your personal credit card, or please get a business credit card. I see that a lot too, where I've seen a lot of my clients, well, I just use a personal card for my business. And I'm like, okay, that's fine for like this second because you're going to go open up a business account.
Right? And so I do tell people that I talk a little bit about business credit, and I do tell people that for the IRS, that if you have a personal credit card
Hmm.
that you use only for business. So you are not commingling funds on
Okay.
that card, but it's a personal card that you use solely for the
Solely.
purpose
Okay.
of business. And that you're not paying that credit card, you're paying that credit card from your business
This
account.
checking account.
So, yeah, so it's all business. That the IRS is more likely than not to not have that be a red flag in an audit
That's good to
again.
know.
but but you still do have to worry about legal liability. And like I said, I'm not an
Aha.
attorney. I'm not an
Yeah, me
attorney.
either. We're
So
not attorney on this one.
yep, so
Everybody
I
knows it.
can't speak to how it opens you up to your personal assets being accessible in a legal lawsuit. But for tax purposes, that would be a short term fix.
Solution.
But you definitely
Absolutely.
want to get a business bank account,
Yeah.
business credit cards.
And when we're talking about that, I'm like, okay, I understand this. And to start with, absolutely. Get started here, but dedicate one card. And then
Mm-hmm.
as soon as you are able, ideally would be yesterday, but as soon as you are able, go ahead and open up that business credit card, because one, it then is putting everything within the business. It is pulling everything together there, and it's allowing you to make sure you know what your business is doing. And I think that's one of the other biggest questions is if you're constantly shifting money back and forth all the time and you're not accounting for it properly. Now, are you going to have to fund your business? Yeah. Are you going to take money from your business? Yeah.
Hopefully,
That's
you're
why you're
paying
in
yourself.
business.
Yeah.
But you need to clarify it in your records that that is what that money is.
Mm-hmm.
That's understandable. That's acceptable. But the trick is making sure it's not really a trick. You've got to track it properly. So
Mm-hmm.
you are able to invest in your business. You are able to take money or a draw out of your business. You're allowed to have a pay from your business. We just need to get it coded properly.
Mm-hmm.
And that was such a good point. And I know I brought it up pretty quickly, but I think that is one of the biggest challenges that I see these small business owners that I've been starting, especially ones that are just starting. They struggle so much with that. And is there any advice on that? Like, as far as sometimes it's really hard because sometimes they're like, well, we can't really get a credit card or we can't get a line of credit or loan for like 2 years. Is there any guidance that you have that you've seen or stuff that you help with when you start working with your clients that say, okay, you're starting out. What do we need to start with? We know we got to get a checking account. That's a no-brainer. But what are some other ones?
Yeah, I mean, some of the easiest ways to start getting, so even if you don't have a business credit card, you can have
Mm-hmm.
a business debit card. Like,
Perfect.
absolutely, for sure. It gives you automatic access to your bank balance. And so even if you don't have like Visa, MasterCard, you
Mm-hmm.
still have a way to access your funds that isn't simply writing checks. And that is definitely
Mm-hmm.
that's definitely a great first step. But I always tell business owners that it's actually not as hard as they think it's going to be to get a business credit card. There's some credit cards out there that are extremely easy to apply
Ah.
for and start getting business credit. Once, even if you just get a business credit card that gives you a $500
Mm-hmm.
balance, building that business credit is crucial for your business because having access to capital is crucial to grow your business. So I always tell people in personal finance, debt is a no-no, but in business, having access to
Mm-hmm.
capital is a must.
And
Yeah.
it's absolutely, and that is
Mhm.
so well said. And I think
Mhm.
there is that, we don't want to be getting ourselves so far in debt that we can't pay it.
Correct.
But when we are in business, as you said, that working capital is absolutely crucial to growth,
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
survival a lot of times, because as you're investing in your business, it's taking time to be able to figure out how to make this all work
Mhm.
and
Yep,
go from there.
absolutely.
It's just it's been interesting. It's been really really interesting. And then coming back on the taxes, like I hear a lot of things about the LLC, these S corps. Do you deal with some of that as well? Is that something that you can offer some guidance in, or
In my tax practice,
yes?
yes. So in my tax practice, I work with sole proprietors, LLCs, S corps, partnerships. So yeah, come
You've
on,
got
come
the
on.
whole game, and that's the perfect thing. Tell us
Mhm.
a little bit more about, you also offer coaching as far as making sure, and that's personal as well as business. And
Correct.
so there's options are out there, and I know I've had an opportunity, we've had some times to actually chat a little bit, but why don't you share a little bit about, if they're working with you, what can they expect?
So when you're working with me, so for especially for solopreneurs, those individuals who are sole proprietors or partnerships, anything where their business um, income is going to be taxed on their personal tax return, it is crucial that you not only deal with your business finances, but also your personal finances. Your how you deal in your personal finances is the foundation of how you are dealing with your business finances. I, for the longest time, I was just a money coach for individuals and helping them improve their relationship with money. And I specialize in the psychology of money. And it is no surprise to me that business owners who have a rocky relationship with money will also make mistakes in how they decide what they're going to purchase or invest in their business, or how they will handle their business finances. And so it's important that you understand your business finances. It is important that you create an income acceleration strategy to grow your profits faster and with less effort. But that less effort depends on you having a healthy relationship with money, because you will always struggle with money in any endeavor, personal or business, if you are struggling with your relationship with money. So you have to get that dealt with until, like, if you're a big corporation, you have a CFO, you have, accounting, like, team, you don't have to deal with if you have a board of directors, you have people to share that burden with you. It's not all about you, but if you are the one who's making the financial decisions in your business, you should have a healthy relationship with money.
Absolutely. And too often I find that whatever they're doing in the business side, it started over on the personal side, and now all of a sudden the two are mirroring each other. And that's exactly what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
That too often, whatever those decisions are, and when you're looking at that, they're mirroring.
Mm-hmm.
So let's put that foundation in place.
Mm-hmm.
But that foundation then crosses over business as well as personal. Because they're going to let's face facts, as an entrepreneur, we wear all the hats, we juggle all the balls.
All the hats.
All of them, all like 25,000 at some time. You can see this juggling going. I've used that. I think you have too. Like you just got to juggle it all. And even if you just talk about numbers, there's lots of numbers to juggle.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't want them crashing down beside you and on top of you and bonking you in the head, then you've got to have that. Just what you said. You've got to have that healthy relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to have that in place to go ahead and move forward with that. And I think that's one of the things. And we want to encourage folks to do just that. Get that healthy relationship. Figure out what makes the most sense. Talk to Laurie. She is a great person to figure out those strategies. She focuses so much on that acceleration because she wants to help you get there faster,
mm-hmm.
in less time, less effort, and more profits. What more can you ask for?
Right.
That's exactly what we're looking for. And I know I've got to at least get a chance. I don't know if you have your book handy. I forgot to tell you, show that up there. But do you have a copy of it? Because, and you got to tell people what the title is because you cannot go wrong with this book.
It is called You Bought What? Like, what'd you buy? And then it talks about how to create a spending plan that works for the kind of person you are. And this is a personal finance book. And so it talks a little bit about your money personalities and how you teach your kids about money. It's a little bit of everything in there. So it's a great book.
Mm-hmm. Now, is that out on Amazon or they have to go to your website?
They can go to my website. It's revisionfinancialsolutions.com. It's REVISION, revisionfinancialsolutions.com. And it's right there on my main page. And just grab a copy. It's cheap. It's a great book.
It is a great book. I can vouch. I even learned some things. And that's been the cool thing. We're in the same industry, but you know what? We've learned from each other.
Mm-hmm.
And that has been amazing. It is so great to have someone to partner up with and come alongside this journey because our goal is to help from start to finish when it comes to finances. So if we need to get a system in place, great. If we need to get taxes in place, great. If we need to get a strategy in place, great. And when you're working with folks to kind of intermingle that and everybody's on the same page, you can't help but to succeed. That's the cool part. You cannot help but succeed. I hope I typed that in right. You can double check me, but I have revisionfinancialsolutions.com.
Oh, I can't even see it.
Oh, let me put it up I put it in the comments. I was over on comments, not paying attention. So just leave it to me. It's just been crazy. Let me type it over here.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yep, it's perfect.
Solutions. I'm going to put on the banner too so that people can, and then there we go. Banner, add banner. There we go. Come on, let's go. There it is. Now we got it working. Yay! She's much better at this than I. I'm still learning some of this technology, and it's all good. It's all good because gremlins are my life anymore. And I'm betting that every one of the entrepreneurs listening are probably joining me, and I keep trying to convince my puppy to stop playing with the gremlins and throw them out, but no, he bites them in, and I think he has new playmates. Not sure where you are at, but that's what I'm feeling.
It's so funny. Like, I've always been so good with technology, but every time someone says like, you've been doing this for 26 years, I'm like, shh. Like,
exactly. And I'm pretty techy and I'm struggling.
So I'm like, are they going to ever slow down with this technology? Because I think I am.
Yeah, something's going on here. Yeah, because I agree with you. And we're both very techie when it comes to a lot of this stuff, which is another reason we've connected so well. But what I've also learned is I think as the tech improves, so do the bugs and the issues that pop up that you're just not expecting.
Yes.
And you know what? That happens in money too, doesn't it?
Oh,
Things creep up. What do you mean the best one I have, though, is, wait, I have to pay taxes?
Right.
That one kind of gets me a little bit.
Yeah, what do you mean about those quarterly estimated taxes, and how do I figure out, what am I basing it on? And so I always tell business owners, if you don't know how much money you're making, it's going to be really hard to figure out like those quarterly estimated taxes.
Well, I'm just not going to make money, so I don't have to do that. And then at the end of the year, you actually figured out you might have made some money, and guess what? Now you owe a lot.
Yeah, like not the best strategy.
Not so much. That luck.
Yeah.
See, they left it up to luck.
Yes. Luck
They threw
is
those
not
darts.
something that you want to leave it up to. So,
Yeah, I always like to use the analogy, if you are throwing darts, that's fabulous because you got that beautiful dartboard, you have that business, you are growing that thing, and all of a sudden you realize you've been throwing darts, you blindfolded, and the dartboard went behind you, and you had no idea.
yeah. So,
And all of a sudden you wonder why you're not hitting those bullseyes.
yeah. I mean, they could just as well, like take the mud, throw it on the wall, blindfold, dart. Like that just seems to be how many, especially newer business owners, they just haven't, sometimes without knowing your numbers, without looking at your numbers, you're not even sure what investments you could make or what investments you should be making in your business in order to increase your profits. And so getting a firm understanding of your business finances and creating a business budget, like
that nasty 4-letter word. It is my 4-letter word, and that is the money doesn't spend yourself. I always talk about this because it's that nasty 4-letter word, and people think I'm crazy. I am. It's okay. Laurie's joined me. It's okay. But what word would you say if it's a 4-letter word for budget? What do you think I use? How do you think I spell it?
Oh, how do you spell it?
This is how I spell. Let me go. It's very simple. A budget is a 4-letter word.
Oh, yes. I love that word.
It's what I always tell my clients.
Favorite words.
Yeah, because people just don't, because it is that proactive approach. And that's what, it's been so much fun, is because we've got to get a proactive approach. But I think what happens is, to us, numbers come easy. Mm-hmm. So for us to plan it, it's like, well, yeah, what do you mean you're not doing that? But I think what ends up happening is so many numbers aren't their strength. Mm-hmm. They're just not. And when they're not, it's really hard to plan. And it's really hard because all of a sudden everything's overwhelmed. And what I found is when you're too overwhelmed, you do nothing. And
yeah, and I try and tell people that really business finances, there isn't math anymore.
No.
If I were in the other room, I could ask Alexa any question and she'd do that math for me, right? So you don't even have to pull out a calculator nowadays, nope. Right? So money and business finances should not be scary any longer. If I can get some, if I can get Alexa to solve a complex problem for me in like 3 seconds, nothing to be afraid of. Yeah. So no, I just think that these are tasks that you have to take care of. They don't even take much time anymore. There's just so much technology out there, so many things that can help make things easier and smoother for you. I will tell you that I am not one to talk to you about accounting. Janet is the accounting queen, right? And she can tell you how to like make your processes easier and faster and things like that. So it takes less time, but once you get that taken care of, looking at the rest of your numbers, knowing what they are, knowing how to turn that into more money in your business, that's not hard.
It's not, and it doesn't have to be hard. And I think too often they make it harder than it needs to be. And I will be first to say, I had an interesting conversation this morning with someone who said, I just don't like QuickBooks. So I asked them why. And the question was, it boiled down to, after we started talking, is they didn't understand the system. So they were actually back and they were punching holes through the system because they weren't doing the way that the system was designed. Mm-hmm. So, a process or a software like QuickBooks could be your best friend or your worst nightmare, but you got to understand it. It's just a tool. And if you're not using that tool, so if you're taking a hammer and you're expecting to, screw in a screwdriver, like a screw into the wall, it might work.
Eventually.
But I'm betting that there's a better way to do it.
Yes, the right tool for the job.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I would say that that's complete ditto with your business finances.
Absolutely.
All you have to do is understand that these are tools and how to use these, how to apply them in your business to create more profit. So use the right tools.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that you have a free gift because you're just that type of a person. You
I
just
am.
and you are so giving. You absolutely are. And I say that with the most sincerity because
Oh,
that's what, because you have such a beautiful heart. You want them to succeed and you want
I
to give
do.
them the tools to do that. And that's
Mm-hmm.
why it's so great to be, combining things together and grabbing strengths. And that's what you're offering folks. So here's one of those tools that we were talking about. So share a little bit about what you might want to share with these folks and give them a little tool in their tool belt.
It is a digital download and it covers the 3 areas that threaten business profits the most. The download is called 10,000 More Dollars in 10 Minutes. It is a quick worksheet that you can go through that will give you lots of good information and a great way to get started on increasing the profits and creating financial strategies in your business. And you can go to care4yourmoney.com. There it is, careforyourmoney.com, and grab it today. Grab it right now.
Absolutely. Go take care of it right now.
Mm-hmm. And if so right now, I think that I only have 4 slots left.
Ooh, there's 4. Okay.
Yeah. So I think it says 7, but I think there's actually only 4 slots left.
Well, they're
But
going
for the
quick.
first 4, you can get a free Escaping the Money Worry roller coaster session with me. And it's a great session. We'll go through what's going on in your business finances and give you a good next step.
Oh, that is perfect. So escaping, okay, only first 4. I'm going to drop this in here. Only escape, whoops, I can't spell. In the money roller coaster.
Yep.
Session. There you go. Grab it today, guys. This is incredible. This is a great opportunity. Not only do you want to go to careforyourmoney.com, grab that download and take full advantage of the Escaping the Money roller coaster session as well. You will be so grateful that you did. So I want to thank you so much for spending the last half an hour with us here today. And it has been such a pleasure and an honor to have you here with me. And it's been such a great journey. And I so look forward to a continued partnership and continued on this crazy road we call life. As we deal with some of these money matters and help bring along other small business owners and entrepreneurs who are getting started, getting their feet wet, or growing. Because too often they grow, their revenues are increasing, but their bank account doesn't. All boils back down to profits. And we don't want to leave those profits to luck. So I encourage everyone to take full advantage of it. Drop over to careforyourmoney.com. Get that download, put that tool in your tool belt, and then for the first 4 you take advantage of that Escaping the Money roller coaster. We look forward to having everybody here where we just meet every Wednesday at 11:30 and where we in time for you to excel, where we inspire and we ignite the possibilities that are around because we want you to be your best. And we know that we can help you to get there. And we want to encourage you to join us each and every week. Reminder, mark that second Wednesday of the calendar out because that is our virtual lunch and learn. So we just had Canva last week, and next month in August, so on 8/11, we're going to talk about Microsoft Excel. So we're going to get in there and kind of play around with Microsoft Excel. So anybody wants to get some basics there, I'd love to have you join. I do a little bit of brief introduction here at going live, and then I bounce us right over where we do an actual virtual networking group. So it's a lot of fun. Hopefully maybe Laurie can join us as well. You never know who's going to be there, but we do a little networking, a little bit of training, but ultimately we help you to excel in your business. Laurie, is there anything else you want to leave with parting grace of words here?
No, just thank you so much for having me, and blessings to your entire audience. More profits in 2021.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, everyone, and we look forward to seeing you right here next week.